Before we jump in, a warning that we are an explicit book podcast.
Yes, that means swearing, shitty jokes, and a whole lot of dark humour that some may take offence to.
Please check your trigger warnings on all of the books we cover.
You've been warned.
The episode starts in 3, 2, 1.
A book and a bear. Welcome back to another episode of A Book and a Bev. For short, ABAB. Okay. I don't know why I did that.
Why were you abbreviating?
Abba. Anyway, that doesn't matter. We are your hosts, your most precious hosts. Myself being Georgia, Bryony, and Ellie.
Okay, fucking Schmeagol, Jesus.
But yes, today we are in mourning. We are in mourning for the potential of this series and what it could have been. I have one phrase to say before we tell you the title of this book, which is The Lion, the Witch, and This Annoying Fucking Bitch. It's Kingdom of the Feared. It's Kingdom of the Feared. It's the third and final book in the trilogy, thank God.
Yeah.
I'll end it there. All right, well, what are we drinking?
Well, I needed something strong and basic for me to wash down the absolute bullshit that was in this book, so I'm just drinking the usual Jack and Coke.
Well, this book does not deserve the expense and subsequent bloating alcohol provides. Not today, Satan, unless you're wrath. I instead am caffeinating myself with a coffee because today was probably the most manic day of my professional life and I am very unhinged. So
brace yourselves.
Good luck to us all. And honestly, I am at this moment drinking Sunkissed. So
to match your hair.
Matches my hair. Yeah, if you're watching the video version, you can see that I am now a copperhead gal. So yay. I'm only drinking this because I literally can't be fucking bothered. This book doesn't deserve anything of my time. No more thoughts will be lost on this.
Yeah, we will. This episode will be us burying this series and then we will never speak of it again.
What did we think of the book? I was kind of leading into that anyway.
Yeah, look, I'm angry. I've read everything by this author and I loved this author. And book 1 of this series had like such good potential and I was so excited, like the outfits and the food and Wrath. It was like, okay, where is this series going? And the answer is nowhere. I honestly do not understand what happened. In the like good column, the pro column for this book is Prince Wrath.
That's it.
That's it, yeah. And when I was trying to figure out how I felt about this book, I found this review by Lauren's Library on Book Talk, and it basically perfectly sums it up. So to summarize, point 1, giant plot holes. Point 2, flimsy character motivation or base for the lore in this book. 3, the author definitely did not have a plan for any book past book 1. And 4, painful stupidity, aka like the fight scene where witches are fighting and the female main character says, "Stand back, they are using magic."
Yeah.
Shocking events, witches using magic, who knew? Then also like the conflicts are very easy to solve or dodge. Wrath and Amelia Spice has like an abysmal payoff after 2 books of like essential dry humping. And then the reader, like we're treated as fucking dumb. So I felt like that just perfectly summed it up. But honestly, I am just hurt and betrayed.
Fair enough. That perfectly sums it up, to be honest. And you know what? I felt dumb reading this book. I did. I lost brain cells trying to work out where I was. Remember in the first episode we ever recorded of this series and I just felt confused. That was my general vibe, just confused. In a surprising twist of events, the ongoing theme throughout this episode for me will be all of the times the plot literally made 0 sense, which is basically the entire book. So, if you bear with me a moment, let me get this straight. In this series, we have not 1 but 2 curses in which main characters are spelled to forget details of or simply just can't speak of. We also have a prophecy, which is discussed maybe 3 times. We have 2 unnecessary murder mystery plot lines, where the murder victim is not in fact murdered, and tropes that include, but are not limited to, enemies to lovers, fated lovers, unrequited love, secret identity, all-powerful artifacts, royal politics, dimensions, which in this book are called versions. So the Sicily version of the Shifting Isles, if you will. Sorry, version Do you mean dimension? You just needed to hit the old synonyms button on that one because I got lost.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are we calling it a version?
You actually just lost me there for a second. I don't know if whoever's editing that will watch my eyes glaze over.
It felt like she got too excited and wanted to include everything. And then none of it paid off in the end. It just... Anyway, this book also managed to water down my favourite character, Wrath. And all he became good for was essentially fucking, and even then it wasn't that great. So I'm not mad about the fucking.
Keep your legs tight one more fucking time.
Okay, yes, I'd like to question that. Why are the legs tight? Isn't she already
weird
a virgin?
flex.
Wrath? Oh, but she's technically not a virgin because they've already had sex in a past life. But is it the same body because she's come from a dead, murdered baby? I'm confused. I have many questions. Were they babies? Yeah. Where did their actual bodies go? I have many questions. But yes, I'm not a fan.
Well, look, I didn't really like the first book. I really fucking didn't like the second book. And I fucking despised this book. Like, I fucking hated it. Like, it makes me angry thinking about it. And you will see, like, as I was reading this book, I was actually reading it while I was at work. And Claire will also be able to confirm this. Like, every time I picked it up, I found more things that I hated about it. And I would have DNF'd this book if I could have, if we were not covering it on this episode. So I have decided that I don't want anyone to talk to me about it ever again after this. Not one person. I don't want to mention it. I don't even want to think about it ever again.
I would just like to do, like, two things right now. One, shout out to you two for actually reading the book, because I know, like, Georgia would not have finished it unless she had to, and I'm the reason you had to read it, so I'm sorry. And two, for our listeners, we've tried to avoid books where, like, we don't like them. We've tried to make light of everything. Like, even books where we've been like, well, that's concerning, you know, we'll try and find the light side of things. We don't want to be one of those podcasts where we just sit and bash the shit out of something. So this should be a first, and we're very sorry if it's a clusterfuck.
I am excited.
If you liked this book, then, like, that's fine. Like, you're allowed to like this book. Just don't listen to this podcast because it will make you mad. It will make you angry.
It's nothing personal against Kerri. Like I said, I've loved other stuff she's written. It's just, I think she was forced to write this series and was not given the time to actually figure it out.
Yeah,
oh my God. It's like season 8 of Game of Thrones. It's what's happened to Daenerys. Where it's just like, why?
Why?
Why did we go this way?
Why?
I also feel like it maybe could have had one more run pass through an editor. Just get rid of one of the subplots. Just one.
If anything, this is the publisher's fault.
Yeah, sure.
Georgia's like, I'm convinced, but okay.
My brain can't even cope. Like, I don't blame anyone. I just want it to die.
Okay, on that note, let's dive in. We're all dying, so we might as well just go.
All right, well, let's start off in the prologue. We have a map, and this map is useless. Literally quite useless. It tells us nothing.
It doesn't show you the shifting aisles or where any gates are. It's just useless.
So thanks for that. And then we get a stupid note from the secret Diabolical grimoire that talks about the destruction that death and fury could bring if unleashed, with a capital F and a capital D. So, okay, a little bit of foreshadowing, great. But can I just start here with the plot holes? So the crone has told Amelia, later in the book, we'll get there, to fetch her the grimoire or else. So that's it. I'm confused. So we have to fetch the grimoire at some point in time. I didn't realise that was a thing in the last book. So apparently it's a thing in this book. But okay, so cool.
But also get a brief. We never see that happen.
No, where is it?
Yeah, no idea where that was going. You know, Amelia must have had just an annoying errand to run for her mum. Really, that was just that plot. Yeah. Also, this grimoire, is this the grimoire that's like the one that was the spell book that Victoria had like hidden in her floorboards? Because if so, how can you bury a grimoire in the floorboards of a house? It's not really a house, it's a concrete temple. Where are the floorboards in said concrete temple?
Nothing makes sense.
I don't understand how that works. We're in the shifting aisles, everything's glamoured, right? So we think that we're in a house. It's not a house, it's a temple. Is everyone else just looking at Amelia walking around in a temple pretending she's living in a house? Like, she thinks she's cuddled up on a couch with a blanket. Turns out it's just a rock. And everyone's like, oh, okay, that's concerning.
But also, like, everyone in the shifting aisles, like, illusion is the witches all witch hunters.
Apart
it's
from
actually just
Antonio, because remember, Antonio's got nothing really to do with it other than he wants to see his mum. So that doesn't fit either.
It's so fucking cooked.
It's just a giant practical joke. Where's Ashton Kutcher? She's being punked.
Prologue, I'm already confused. Where are the floorboards in the temple? Okay, we're moving on. So we get into 20 years before, because that seems important. We have Sophia Santorini. Now, I like the alliteration there, but did you have to have her last name as an actual place? She is now a verb. Great. Yeah. She used to be the crazy fucked up one with like dark magic and her brain's gone a bit whoop whoop. So she's looking into a dark black mirror and she's scrying. Don't know what that is, but she's scrying. And she's, just booped on the head by someone, and she recognizes who it is before she can pass on a warning. So it's like, well, who are you passing on a warning to if it's just the person who's bopped you on the head? You're going to warn them what? Because they're clearly out to get you, Sophia Santorini. She sounds like a drink or a porn star. She's basically now a Looney Tune and keeps repeating the phrase, as above, so below. Does it have a meaning, or is she just a little girl who ate too many shrooms who's now a porn star? So many questions, no answers.
So, next chapter, which is actually chapter 1, we are immediately where we left off, aka in Rath's bedroom trying to fuck our future husband, Samael, whatever the fuck his fucking name is. I'm going to call him Samuel from now on. Amelia is again avoiding all of her feelings and has chosen to wrap.
She's chosen to wrath.
She's just wrapped herself up in Wrath's cum. She's made a blanket out of it and has just rolled herself up in it.
It's like when you go to Enjodo and they put like the body mask on you and cocoon you.
Yes.
Semen.
Exfoliating.
So with all the knowledge at her disposal, I don't know what that even means. This is obviously very arousing to Wrath. No one cares. Wrath is like, you are sure we're not making rash decisions here, Amelia? And she's like, absolutely fucking not.
No, we are.
We are. Get in my fucking cunt.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's like Amelia.
Anyway, so Wrath is starting off strong, but I mean, he is one of our favourite book boyfriends and one of the only things that Kerri actually did right in this book. So, example 1, we have, tell me every dark desire, Amelia. He tilted my face up. Every fantasy you wish to come true. His fingers lightly stroked the pulse point at my throat before he brought his mouth to mine. The kiss, a mere brush of his lips that left me breathless and wanting. He pulled back and slowly ran his hands down my silhouette, and I vowed to make every one of them happen. Smash. Example 2. Wrath quickly deemed war on my mouth and battled like the general he was, taking no prisoners. There was ownership in this kiss, possession, and I gave it right back. So that's really sick, awesome, great. Wrath is literally naked, pumping his dick in hand, about to ravish our girl when she is drawn into another dimension. So that's good. So, yeah, she's chained up to a wall, butt naked, freezing. Someone stands in the shadows, and when they step forward, it's, I don't like his name. Domenico? No, it shouldn't be.
It's Dom Dominic. From the Fast and Furious.
Domenico.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel, aka one of the werewolves from Amelia's hometown, which again is actually the Shifting Isles, which is actually another dimension, which is actually a version. Anyway, Amelia again pushes her weight around, even though she is a fucking mortal human who is a fucking tit as it is in the Shadow Realm, and she's held hostage by a fucking werewolf. But here she is being like, you can't fucking hurt me. Vin Diesel asks if she knows what she is, not who but what. And again, we don't really give one single flying fuck at this point. Her name is Amelia and she needs to die.
She does not seem like appropriately frightened for her situation. She's got no magic. She's chained, she's naked and afraid.
The moment is broken up when Victoria enters the room. And Victoria has lavender eyes that glow, which is apparently interesting. Victoria allows the werewolf to release Amelia because actually Victoria is the one in charge. So cool.
I'm still angry. I'm so angry at her name. Like it actually is infuriating me. I'm not calling her Victoria. Her name is Victoria.
All Amelia feels in this moment is wrath because she spent 2 books walking around like a fucking lost puppy mourning the brutal mutilation of her twin sister, Vicky, but actually Vicky was just chilling. So Amelia's like, you have 5 minutes to explain yourself. And Vicky says, and then what? And we get this quote. My smile was a beautiful nightmare. For the first time, Victoria's brow creased as if she'd just realised there was one fatal flaw in her plan. monsters could be created but never tamed. And then, dear sister, you'll meet the witch you forced me to become. And we are, of course, left feeling very unsatisfied by this turn of events.
I'm sorry. When did she turn into this almighty powerful witch?
When was she a threat or a problem or a monster to be tamed? Like, when?
Never. She has very grand visions
She's like, I am
of herself.
that bitch. She's so confident.
Well, Victoria, she's not making much sense, which is, again, a common theme in this book. We just like to talk in circles with no real point. Yeah. Amelia is angry at this point as well, but she's given off weird vibes. As I said, she's just literally just sitting there naked, chained in this shadow realm, and she's just chill with it. We get no real answers about Victoria faking her own death. There's no tears at all. It's just all a bit odd. There's just no emotion. Yeah. As Bryony said, like the character development, it's all just a bit weak. But then Amelia's nips get a bit hard from a sudden drop of temperature, and Victoria and her pet wolf skedaddle before Daddy Wrath comes to fuck shit up. Good. Victoria left basically saying if Amelia chooses him, that she will lose part of herself, which at this point I think is a good thing, as I don't really like Amelia at all. So not much of a loss, really, if she marries Wrath. Only good things can happen from that. We do get an angry Wrath quote, which is, if anyone chains you again, I will become every nightmare mortals have ever had of me, and then some. And then Amelia goes, what if I ask you to tie me up?
Amelia!
Don't see if that's relevant right now.
Read the room.
You're still naked. You just saw your dead twin that's not dead. You've got lots of questions and you're talking about being chained. Also, you're a virgin. So, as it turns out, Daddy Wrath, a.k.a. Sam Hill, he had to punch through realms to get to her, which turns me on.
He fucking does.
Yes. I'm like, hello.
Destroy the multiverse and my pelvic floor.
Please.
Oh, okay. Henry Cavill. Sorry.
Henry
Cavill as Wrath. Just.
Yes.
We're still there from last week's licking the sweat off his abs.
Please.
For the love of God.
We milked his sweat. That's right. We did.
We did.
Oh, well, now we're taking a sensual bath with him as our gorgeous demon. And he's just given his little silly human a bath, which is beautiful. He washes her and does some sweet things. Amelia weirdly gets all moody and tries to rip Wrath's clothes off when he tells her about a magical knife that can kill him, because apparently she likes knife play. Vibes are weird.
Yeah.
We then get interrupted by the fact that there has been a murder at House Greed. Now, can I paint you a picture of how this scene is interrupted? So Amelia, she's butt-ass naked in the bath, right? She's angry at Wrath because apparently she's found out that he can be killed, and that is a bad thing, so we're mad at him for some reason. She stands up. She walks into the hallway, and Aeneas, Wrath's like human second in command, is just standing there, and he's like, oh, hello, you're butt-ass naked. And she's like, well, what of it? Haven't you seen anyone like this? And he's like, I don't know. Why am I here? She's like, maybe you need to knock next time. And he's like, I was about to when you opened the goddamn door, you crazy-ass bitch.
I'm just trying to do my job, and I don't want to have to report you to HR, but it's really going that way.
Please, someone report Amelia to HR.
Well, before we get there, there's been a murder. Shock, horror, another murder, mystery plot to solve. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Strap in. We have some more Scooby-Doo crimes.
Woo! Awesome. So, at House Greed, we get a description of House Greed again, and again, I don't really give one single fuck. Then we get on a boat and we go see Brother Greed. For some reason, he is in the church now.
He's just joined the monastery. Wow.
And for some reason, the water they're traveling down makes it feel like Sin Corridor all over again, and Amelia gets super fucking toey.
Why did you put toe in anything?
Anyway, she ends up giving Wrath a gobby, and apparently it's the best gobby ever. She thinks so anyway, which you're a fucking liar.
The confidence is just so much.
You can just picture her like wiping her mouth when she's done and standing up and just doing like a bit of a hair flick and being like...
And he's like, thanks, babe.
But yes, so she's giving Wrath a gobby, and before anything else can happen, Lust appears, and he's like, yo, what's up? We have a murder. You remember that? If
Someone
you recall.
Now
died.
I'm just picturing him standing on the shore just being like, death!
It's, whatever. Who fucking cares? Amelia's like, whoa, I'm getting a little bit flustered. Okay, this is a bit much. And we get this from Lust, which is actually really hot. And Lust is one of my tip-top favourites now. I love him. We get this moment. Are you planning on putting that vicious little mouth on me while my brother pleasures you from behind? Thanks. I'll just take that, put it away in my noggin and save it for later. Thanks. But unfortunately that doesn't happen. And now we have to go and solve a murder mystery that no one fucking cares about. So that's good.
So they see Greed and he's pissed that they took so long, and Wrath is like, what of it? I was just getting my dick absolutely destroyed by this cheese grater. But that's fine. We find out that Greed found a hexed skull along with the remnants of his third in command, who apparently was like the leader of his army, his general, yeeted. And then Sloth appears. I am Sloth, because he rarely leaves his castle that has all of his books, and apparently he lives in like a giant library, which yes and yes. So perfect. They think that the attack on Greed's general was by a werewolf or a hellhound, and they obviously also think that it was Victoria because she has the werewolves on a leash, and also, you know, she has a fondness for talking skulls, so, you know, that's a vibe. But for some reason, Amelia is like, no, my sister would never. So cool. Good character motivation, makes complete sense. Wrath is like, okay, cool. So we are going to kill Victoria. Shout out to Vicky. Sweet. And Amelia is like, oh my God. Wrath decides, and Amelia is like, well, if I have to do this and go to war against all of the princes of hell, then so be it. It's just like, that's a weird flex, but okay. And Amelia is like taken aback by the fact that Wrath even made this decision and now hates him. So that's also makes complete sense. Cool.
This whole scene just makes zero sense. Why is she in that room to begin with? No one else has a partner. Why is she so special? Especially when at this stage she's just this little, how old is she? 18-year-old witch, mortal witch. Like,
yeah, 18-year-old side piece to the devil.
Anyway, so after a moment of just being a silly little bitch and doubting our main mad Wrath, Amelia cottons on to the way Wrath has worded this oath and realises that she's actually not a member of his house. Blowjobs do not equate to marriage, thank God. So thus, she is not bound.
Thank God.
Otherwise, we could have been marrying some, questionable characters. So she's not bound to follow the oath. Great, she's happy again. But she's still incredibly defensive of Victoria, which is like, honey, do you remember 2 chapters ago when you confronted her for brutally faking her own death after kidnapping you to a shadow realm and warning you not to marry the sexy demon? And you were like, look at the monster that you've created. Where's that gone? I feel like not much has changed.
I actually don't understand her character, like, at all. Like, she flip-flops between it's actually like Stefan in Vampire Diaries. I will do anything to protect Elena. I'm on my way to kill Elena. It's literally that. It's literally that.
Oh my God, she's insane. So at this point, there is no benefit to doubt in this matter. But all we know is that Amelia is essentially Steve Martin in Pink Panther, so she is very excited at the prospect of clearing her sister's name and solving another murder. We go on a bit of a tangent about a demon and werewolf genetics and blood testing, and it's all very vague and boring. But then we realise a plan is needed to keep Wrath's brothers oblivious to Amelia's detective work. Plan is, the whole gaggle of demons are aware that Amelia is pissed off at Wrath, so they will play into that and create some sort of scene so debaucherous to warrant a reaction from them. Wow. Amelia, who remember as of like 3 weeks ago was a sweet innocent virgin with a crush on an altar boy, is like, babe, I have a plan. Just go with it.
Yeah, like makes super sense. And then all of a sudden, Amelia is like the seductress incarnate. She walks into this gaming hall in basically the pearl outfit from that burlesque movie with Christina Aguilera.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so hot. Queer awakening.
No underwear in sight, and just waltzes in with confidence, pussy popping, and like props herself in a chair next to Lust and some duke called Devon, like Fritz, who is like a top advisor to Grease.
I'm sorry. But also, pussy popping just made me think of, like, she's got, like, pearls inside her vagina and she's popping the pussy in there,
popping them out
in the face.
So Amelia is sitting next to the processed meat tube, that is Devon, and part of her plan is that she asks...
Fucking Devon.
Shout out to those people who are not Australian. Devon, a.k.a. Fritz, because half the country calls it Devon and half calls it Fritz, is just processed meat in a tube.
Wait, what is bung Fritz then?
Yeah.
No, that's just a weird tube of it, but it is the same
thing. That
thing.
is literally a giant orange dick.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen one.
A bung.
Bung Fritz has like a coating, kind of
Outer
like how
layer.
a sausage has like the casing for it, whereas other Fritz is just forced into plastic. Anyway.
Oh my god.
We're getting into the personalities of different Fritz.
So, part of Amelia's plan is that she's going to ask Lust about the gift he offered her, which is like that Lust can give pleasure without taking, and like then he offers her a taste. And then Fritz over there is just frothing at the mouth for a chance to be near this action. And in the background of this whole encounter is just some naked men gorging on each other's dicks on a stage, and Rath's at another table being like, well, this is not okay. That is my fiance. Amelia is like, ignore all of the penise going into Mouse and instead give me an orgasm right this second. Rath is obviously like, no. And Amelia is like, I second your note with a big, oh, yes. Lust's influence takes over her while she basically grinds away on this tube of Fritz that was just in the corner. And mid-grind, she's actually like, yo, Devon, by the way, what do you think of Vesta?
Oh my god. When I tell you, I nearly spat my drink out when she just starts questioning him as she's like giving herself thrush on these pearl beads by grinding so viciously on his leg.
And like apparently he's so enthralled by the power of her orgasmic pussy that he's like, yep, this seems like an absolutely reasonable topic to discuss right now. We discover that greed was basically very protective of Vesta's reputation, and Rath is just in the corner steaming away, and we realise that he sees how horny Amelia is and thinks it's because of the bung Fritz, but it's not. So that's a big yikes. And then we realise the countdown is on until Rath metaphorically punches the drywall, which it will not be metaphorically because he is quite violent. Absolutely fine. No problems.
So the Fritz is like, Vesta's real name isn't even Vesta. Vesta was gay. And anything else that I can tell you to get you off my fucking dick. He yanks off his pants and he rubber-dub-dubs away on his bung Fritz.
Bung Fritz.
And Rath is, again, like, absolutely fucking not. And he basically destroys the entire room and then just throws Amelia over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. The quote is, Rath's fury was demolishing the entire room piece by piece. My breath came out in white clouds, the temperature now dangerously below freezing. It was as if we'd crossed into a world made entirely of ice. It was cruel and harsh and lethal, just like the look on my prince's face when he turned that wrathful gaze on the Duke. I shuddered, and Devon promptly pissed himself.
Beautiful.
Then Rath was truly there, tossing me over his shoulder like a barbarian, his large hand covering my backside as he carried me from the destroyed chamber. He was practically vibrating from the pressure of holding back his power. I couldn't imagine what else he could do, what else he could destroy, if this was only a taste of his magic. My attention landed on Lust, who was chuckling in the chaos.
Love Lust.
Yeah, and also, I just feel like I know that this was just a taste of his magic, but where is the full deal? You know, I just feel like if this is like the most I feel like I see out of him properly this entire book. And if this is just a taste, where the fuck was he like at the end of the book? What the fuck was he doing? Just twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They somehow has ruined him a little bit for me.
Anyway, so Rath runs to the room with Amelia and is like, consent right now. I need consent because my raging boner is in fact raging and it needs to be inside you. So.
Which also, shouting for consent isn't really like, that.
Come on, fuck you! Yes! Okay, good!
So we get a couple quotes, and it starts off with, I spun around and cut him off with a violent kiss. Stop again, even for a second, and I promise we'll test your fondness for knife play, demon. Rath's answering smile promised deviance. Amelia, you are vanilla. Calm your farm. But the fucking ink starts, and in dot points we summarise these quotes. You are absolutely devastating. And that's also how I want to be described from this point on in no other terms. Quote 2, when I saw you in that idiot's lap, soaking wet and nearly coming, I wanted to fuck you right there in front of the whole damned court. Quote 3, I spent the whole time thinking about what I'd like to do. One large, calloused hand travelled along my left side, slowly sliding over my hip, down my thigh, until he reached the back of my knee and hoisted me up against him, imagining how you'd feel, the sounds you'd make, when I murdered that bastard, spread your legs, and pounded into you right there on that fucking table. Why?
Okay, pause. Spread your legs. We're spreading here.
You're spreading here.
But not during the fucking... Okay, cool. Carry on.
Quote 4. Amelia, demon's blood. He thrust it a few times into my grip before tearing his pants off, his shirt following in rapid succession. Wrath spun me around, placing my hands against the wall. Keep your legs close together and lean forward. Yes, General. I did as he commanded, my body already slick and ready. Smart ass. So keep your legs closed.
Keep your legs close together and lean forward. It's like the brace position if you're crashing on a plane.
He's the plane. His dick is the plane. Then he's there, in her, on her, around her. He tells her to say that he is her favourite sin, and it's all just happening, but it doesn't scratch the itch. It's very unsatisfying,
It's also
I'm not gonna lie.
a very aggressive way to lose her virginity. And this is their first time together.
Yeah.
Well, it's meant to be. So it's like, that's not the payoff I wanted. So anyway, she loses her virginity very aggressively and seems fine. And then she has a flashback to them doing it in the same position before.
Yeah.
Okay. We're having visions now. Cool. But I just need to jump on in here. And remember the last book where my theory was that these flashbacks were actually Wrath and a different person, like fucking a different person, aka Nana? I am very relieved that plot line did not occur in this book and it was just past sexy time with Amelia. Because imagine in the throes of passion up against a wall, arse in the air, flashback, it's Nana getting fucked by a man. This book is a lot of things, but weirdly incestuous, it is not. So apparently this somehow fulfills their marriage vow, which I thought there was another part of that, but no, husband and wife, they just start calling each other that, and a tattoo appears on their fingers, and Wrath is like, by any chance, are you having some memories right now? And she's like, yes, actually, I thought my grandma was just being fucked by me. This is really odd. She opens up her eyes and they're rose gold, which, how beautiful. Apparently she is the goddess of fury. Wow, plot twist. That's a thing.
Yeah, that's never been mentioned in any other book in the series, and yet book 3 we're going to be like, actually, what if you and Victoria were like ancient goddesses who existed before the princes of hell?
Yeah, we haven't fucking... Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And
then they keep referring to as above, so below, because they're meant to be each other's mirror opposite, right? Because she's fury and his wrath, but she's meant to be like... she's a goddess, right? And he's underworld. But then they also form part of like the 8th circle of hell and worse than the demons.
Yeah,
so it's like, well, how is she like the good one? Like,
how is as above, so below working? How is that working?
It's not. That's what it's not. Confusing. Look. But Wrath holds her and he's like, welcome back, my precious. So I'm glad it's not Nonna. This is a pleasing turn of events for me.
No fucking idea what's going on. So next chapter, Wrath is like, BRB, I need to go do that blood oath, remember, so that we can hide your sister if we find her, whatever, no one cares. Wrath gives Amelia a dagger for her because she is now, or again, we don't fucking know, a goddess.
Oh my God, Georgia is like slowly dying.
I hate this book so much. It actually has destroyed me. And the more I get into it, the more I hate it. So apparently Victoria, because her name is not Victoria, I refuse to call her that, is the goddess of death. That's great for her. Amelia is like, wow, it seems super interesting. Oh my God, maybe Victoria's death was actually her making intentional choices and leaving me breadcrumbs, because it is so super interesting that people forget all about the goddesses of fury and death. Only like the OG witch could do this. This is so crazy. And then, oh my God, remember Nonna? Yeah, wow, God, we're really sad about Nonna. So that's really cool. Jesus, Amelia, put the fuck together. Anyway, Amelia is like, so many things are not making sense. I'm like, get in fucking line, Amelia. Nothing is making sense here, and you are one of them. They go to leave Greed and get into a carriage, but on the way back to House Wrath, they get bombarded by some werewolves and Vicky. Weird, but okay, cool. And in the background, the song that is playing, even though it is supposed to be Mickey, it's actually, hey, Vicky, you're so fun, you blow my mind. And it's actually all the werewolves in song and dance.
Yes, they've all got little hats on.
Yeah. Anyway, off topic. Again, I don't know. Wrath is like, if she goes sideways, you need to run. And Amelia's like, I might still be human, but I can stand beside you and fight with my fire roses. Sweet. Cool. So we get this moment, which is actually like pretty fucking cool, which is Wrath saying, if you die on me now, I'll hunt you down and drag you back. And Amelia says, sounds rather threatening. And Wrath says, it's a fucking promise, my lady. So that's pretty hot. But...
Yeah. I love her. So Vicky does this weird demo where she punches through like Dom Vin Diesel's chest and then revives him. Like she rips his heart out and then she's like, lol, jokes. Haha. Again, weird flex, but okay.
Cool party trick.
The quote we get is, "We are hell gods, Amelia. We are the feared." My twin looked at me again. "Neither witches nor shifters nor even princes of hell can stand against us when we're united. Your power is awakening. It's time to take back what is ours. It's time to come home." So now they are the feared. So the whole time there was all that fear, keep an eye out for the feared. Don't make eye contact with them. They're the feared. So what you going to do?
Yeah.
Not look in the mirror?
But also, like they say, neither the witches nor shifters or even princes of hell can stand against us when we're united. Well, you were united and you were stood against.
You failed.
Yeah. By like
you
one
were stood
witch.
and you sat back down. Amelia is like, no, I'm committed to wrath. And so then Vicky decides it's time for a brawl and a street fight ensues.
So Wrath looks amazing in battle, which, not surprised. But we literally get just a page of Amelia gawking at him as he destroys the battlefield, which is like, cool, same. But what are you doing?
I thought you were going to do
she's like,
something, bitch.
Yeah, I thought you were this deadly monster that needed to be tamed. Like,
yeah, well, it turns out battle's not quite like riding a bike. It takes her a little bit to get into it. So she's got the little dagger and she's got her fire roses. So she's got something on her side. But she vows to never feel so weak and powerless again, which is give that up pretty quickly, don't you? But her muscle memory does eventually kick in, so then she's just necking off some werewolves left, right and centre. It's great.
I thought you were going to say jacking off. I was like, fair, all right.
The werewolves are losing steam, whereas Wrath, being the devil and all, is like, let's kick on. Amelia gets distracted by Victoria, which is just... She was like, hey, look over here. And she's like, what? And a wolf essentially scratches the shit out of her.
Yeah, just like, you stupid fucking bitch. You stupid fucking little bitch. Yeah, look, the title fits. Wrath saves her, only to discover that this was the real distraction. And Victoria stabs Wrath with what we think is the fancy demon killing blade. Oh no. Victoria's like, yo, does this piss you off? Come on, Amelia, I'm basically killing your beloved and I want to see you angry. And then we have a quote. If she cut his throat, if I lost him, I detonated. That ancient power, that slumbering beast, it woke up with a vengeance at the sight of Wrath's blood. I didn't bother holding it back. I didn't grasp for control. I let go. And fury overwhelmed by my senses entirely, I became a pillar of rose gold flame. The air turned scorching hot, though a protective ring flared up around me, Wrath, Victoria, and Domenico. Why not just burn her then? Just fuck. Anyway, everything else except for Wrath's hounds and horses burned, which is great, but you could have just ended this there and then, but you do you. Like, she literally could have just, like, that could have been it. You know what I mean? Like, that could have just been it. And she could have been quite happy just living with Wrath on her own, you know what I mean?
No, but we needed a redemption arc because this book had not enough plot lines.
So Vicky knocks Wrath out and then is like, you're fucking next, bitch. It wasn't the blade of ruination. I thought it was the blade of retribution.
It's ruination.
It should be like retribution. That would make sense.
The blade of One Direction.
Oh my god, the blade of One Direction. Anyway, it's not that fucking
blade of
important.
One Direction. That's really funny. Sorry.
It's not that fucking blade. It's not that blade, so it's fine. It's just poison. Victoria's like, but anyway, we still need to chit chat, but in the meantime, I'm going to just knock you the fuck out. So she does. Amelia wakes up in a cell again. She's not naked and chained this time. Oh no, she is chained. She's just not naked.
That's a nice change. It's pretty weird for her sister to keep making her be naked.
Yeah, look,
it's a bit weird.
Questionable vibes, but if not as fucking our man, then anyway.
We are shocked, however, to find Envy in the cell too.
Shout out to Envy! Buddy.
Shout out to Envy. Victoria ripped out his heart, but it grew back, so that's a cool little party trick. And for some reason, this does something for me. And it's Envy saying, don't worry,
okay.
It grew back, shriveled and just as black, but it's there. And for some reason, it's just really fucking hot. So that's good.
I guess I can see why Kerri is now writing a sequel book about Envy because he's really carrying the story in some spots.
Fucking live for him, honestly.
If it's not
the princess,
Wrath, it's Envy.
Yeah, but they discuss the fact that Victoria, because Victoria is stupid, is nuts. And that Amelia is not quite immortal, but on her way to being so. We discover that Envy calls Amelia a shadow witch because her power is a mere shadow of what her true power actually is.
So fucking lame.
No.
A witch is actually just a watered down goddess. Awesome.
I really thought that whole shadow witch thing was going to be because, like, there's the star witches, but she's a shadow witch, so she's, like, meant to be a dark witch and she's powerful.
Yeah,
No,
it would
just
make
because
fucking sense.
It's just Envy being like, actually, I'm just going to make fun of you for being actually a little bit pathetic.
Exactly. So we get this quote, which is, his emerald gaze flicked to mine, a warning flashed deep within them. Do not mistake boredom for friendship or charity. I wouldn't call it a friendship or charity. I smiled a bit sadly. I'd say kindness, but you'd bite my head off. Annoyance radiated off him. I'm many things, but kind isn't one of them. Selfish, definitely. Anything I say benefits my true goal in the end. Never forget that. And that's pretty fucking hot too, if I'm honest. He could fuck me up.
I like the open communication, if I'm honest.
Yeah, thank you for being honest.
Thank you for being honest about your expectations.
Did we like him in the last book? I thought we left a bit angry at him.
Look, we probably did, but who fucking knows at this stage? Vicky appears in the cell. She might have just tried to kill both Amelia and Wrath, and Envy is literally regrowing his heart. But Amelia, the dumb fuck that she is like, maybe there is still some humanity in there.
Every fucking time Victoria does something fucking stupid, Amelia's right there being like, it's okay.
Victoria is not about that humanity life and says, you reek of hope. It doesn't suit you, sister. Yikes. Envy is like, can you just sod off so we can plan your demise? And Victoria is like, now taking her turn. They must take turns. It must be genetic to be so fucking stupid, because Victoria is now being like, oh my God, my sister would never hurt me. Envy again is like, like Wrath's dick is the MVP of dicks. As above, so below. They're soulmates or whatever the fuck, light and dark, yin and yang. So obviously she would choose that penis over you, Vicky. And then Amelia casts a true spell. I don't know if you guys remember this. I vaguely did. And gets Victoria to confess to where Wrath is being held, but the spell fades quickly. Cool. Was that even needed?
No.
They then get onto the reason that Victoria took Amelia at all, and that's because she wants to reclaim their house. Envy is looking at Amelia like, can you just figure this out for fuck's sake? Amelia has a that's so Raven moment, and remember,
do the face.
Yes. She remembers that there is an 8th house of hell, and it is called House Vengeance. Victoria is like, I want you to be immortal and come home to House Vengeance. So just, rip your heart out, which was given to you, by the way, by those infants that died, and let's be done with it. And Amelia is like, whoa, that's a lot of information. Apparently, Nonna yeeted the fetuses, and I can already hear how happy Ellie is for Nonna to be a villain.
I will just say this, vindication. She was also always an evil bitch. I thought it was because she was fucking Henry Cavill. Turns out it's because she's killing children. So
yeah, look.
Yin and yang.
As above, so below.
It all makes sense.
If you say it enough, it starts to make sense, actually.
It doesn't. Nothing makes sense. I'm getting distressed. I think I'm going to cry.
Envy is like, do not be quick to rip your heart out because you might not survive this turn of events.
George is gone.
Amelia is like, you know what? That is a fair call. And for the first time in this entire series, Amelia takes some good fucking advice. As above, so below.
Yin and yang.
Vicky drops some more truth bombs about Nonna, and then Victoria says, do you actually remember travelling in our childhood, or do you realise that none of our memories are actually real? And Amelia's like, oh my God, you are right. Victoria then leaves and is like, TikTok, make a decision on like if you're going to pick me and our house or Wrath, or you will die from the wound you've got. She's like, either way, I'm going to get what I want. So, lols.
Touche.
I'm confused again. All right. So the baby's heart, the baby's tiny hearts, mind you, was taken from the baby and placed into the goddesses. Did they just remain at 18?
Did they somehow put them as infants and raise them? But then no, they didn't do that. So you somehow took an infant heart and put that in a fully grown woman.
But then kept the grown woman thinking that she was 18.
Did they not grow up though?
I thought the whole thing was that them growing up was actually fake memories. I didn't think that they'd actually grown up.
But then that
to be honest, I'm not the right person to ask, if I'm honest, because I actually didn't pay attention.
The thing is, it's not clear enough either way. If they did grow up, then they were taken away to some cottage every now and again to kind of like do something to their memories, but that's not really clear. And if the hearts were then just put in adult women and they were given fake memories, then that doesn't work because it's an infant heart in a fucking grown adult. Like,
but then also, like, how could Nonna have grown to like love them and nurture them if they were 18 and they've always been 18? Like,
yeah, that's not then 18 years of loving this child. And then all of a sudden in this book as well, like, we'll get into it, but Nonna is like, actually, I did have weird vibes about you, when like she was willing to throw down with demons for them in book 1.
And hang on, when they were 8, they touched their cornettos together.
Oh, yeah. So, okay,
so maybe children.
They have been children.
Anyway, so Amelia and Envy are trying to craft up a plan. They're actually playing crafts in the corner. They've got like a little felt cut out and they're putting their felt little letters out to spell death to Vicky. As above, so below. Yin
and yang.
They end up planning to go to the Seven Sisters and this random fucking tree. Do you remember? And it dropped down into the staircase, and then Envy decides that he will take on one for the team and fuck Vicky senseless to buy them some time. So that's it.
Look,
love your work,
Envy.
Like, I'll do it if I have to.
She might look exactly like you, but
I'll do it. We get this quote, which is, "We're on the brink of war, Amelia. I'll fuck her senseless if I must. I'll use my sin to make it so good she'll envy any other lover I take after her. It might buy you time to slip out of the cell."
Good.
Honestly, I would like him to fuck me, but also that's not very, like, if it takes her that fucking long, like, you know, how long does it take her to get out of the cell? Because that depends on how long you last. And now I'm like questioning, like, is he quick or is he long? And Amelia's just fucking dense.
Well, she is dense, so
as above, so below. Anyway, a fake cough, like a breaks up the conversation. Anyway, it's Antonio.
Oh my God, Antonio, you're still here?
Yeah, where have you been, bro? Brother, literally.
Yeah.
Apparently. He has been here the entire time, yes. Antonio is like, I helped Vicky, because she said that she would bring Mummy back, and she didn't.
Just picture it, please. They're in the cell. Envy's like, I'll fuck her senseless. I'll fuck her right in the pussy. And Antonio's in the corner like, hi, sorry. Sorry to bother you.
The power of Christ compels you to not be so graphic. Please just calm down.
This is very
I'm just over here thinking about my mummy.
I've just come here to avenge my dear mum. All new and exciting. Also, how did I end up on the shifting aisles? I'm actually a real alive human. I've got no connection to witches. This is very odd.
None whatsoever, but that's fine.
What version am I am?
Anyway, so Antonio at least gives some insight into Victoria's bodyguard, a mysterious new one that had to be retrieved because she cannot travel between worlds. Next bin, Vicky appears and she has ripped out dear old Antonio's heart, and now Amelia is extremely fucking sad.
I should laugh.
She's actually like so sad though, and she's like, bring him back or I will never help you. And it's like, why do we care so much about this fucking person's life?
You were literally threatening to kill him in the last book.
Like, what is the fucking point? And Victoria is like, all right, let's do a swap. Antonio's heart for yours. That makes Amelia stop though. She's like, oh, I don't actually like him that much. Envy breaks up the moment by bringing up Victoria's apparent mummy issues, so that's really cool. Envy is like, Mummy actually favours Amelia, and Victoria's like, Mum has been off on a summer vacay for ages, so don't fuck with me, cunt.
Yeah. So then Celestia, the matron of curses and poisons, who's also known as the Crone, aka Mummy, appears. She has many names. She's just come back from her cruise. She's just been vibing with House Wrath. We do have a quote. From one blink to the next, she summoned the roots from above us, wrenching them from the ceiling and wrapped them around Victoria, chaining her arms, legs and body. My sister thrashed, completely caught off guard, then stilled as the Crone stepped in front of her. Celestia's smile was the thing that made monsters afraid. Here stood not simply a goddess of the underworld, but its creator. Hello, daughter. At this point, I would just like to say kudos to Wrath for essentially living with his mother-in-law for this. This is good.
A lot of men couldn't deal with that, but Wrath, he's built different.
What the fuck was this plot point? Like,
No
what
one
does she have-
knows.
like, what the actual fuck what is this? You know what I mean? Like, why she comes in, she holds the
Saves
fort
the
for like
day.
2 fucking minutes, and then she's actually like, I'm going back on my
Peace
summer
out.
vacay.
Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, and it doesn't come back. I'm fairly sure this is the only time we see her in this entire book. Celestia frees Amelia, and Amelia immediately is trying to plead with her to bring Antonio back, and Celestia is like, well, he's dead, so no, some things stay dead. That's just kind of how humans work. Amelia then breaks down crying, and I just like to think that everyone's looking at her like, wow, you're just actually just crying in the middle of this room right now. Cool, cool, cool. Amelia is apparently a touch overwhelmed at all of the recent developments, and then we have this cute moment with Envy. Envy's gleaming boots came into view as he stepped beside me. I half expected him to offer a cutting remark to provoke me into feeling something other than the crushing sorrow weighing me down, or perhaps to call me the pathetic creature I was. I was just roasting her. Instead, he extended a hand. Tears streamed down my face as I stared at it, my sobs nearly choking me now. Rise, he said softly, just as they always feared you would. Who feared it? Just for lols, who feared it? Was it the witches? Was it the demons? Humanity at large? I don't know.
No one knew who she was up until...
Yeah.
I'm confused. Also, I
still
like
don't know who she is.
No. I feel like she's not giving us enough concern as to Wrath's well-being.
She's given a lot of concern to Antonio's, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
For
oh
about
my God.
5 minutes. For
And
about
then
5 minutes. And then
gone.
we don't hear about him ever again.
Yeah.
No, we don't mourn him at all. No time for grief.
Nope. So Mummy Dearest dispatches the wolves for an hour or so and says, go get your man. And so Envy leads the way to try and get to Wrath, but it's sealed by a Star Witch curse, which means that Nonna knows Amelia is just around. So they go to House Pride instead to try and use his portal, and then they fend off some random demons, and one demon makes the mistake of saying Wrath will die soon. So Amelia beheads him and carries his head around like it's a Gucci handbag, and Envy is like, whoa, that's intense, bro. And Amelia's like, well, I couldn't imagine a world without him, so I got angry and beheaded this person just trying to do their job. Envy asks if she would still fight for Wrath even if he couldn't give her his heart. And Amelia's like, well, yes, I would. I know it's confusing because my character motivation has not been clear for 3 books, but I would. Amelia continues to carry the head of this demon into House Pride, and Envy has given her some like side-eye being like, wow, that's a weird flex, but okay. And Amelia's like, oh my God, maybe I have actually scared a prince of hell, when really it's actually just that she's got something weird stuck in her face and he's trying to figure out the right way to tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not scared of you. They're scared for you.
Yeah. And again, her confidence is astounding.
I still don't really understand what she's even doing half the time.
No.
We enter into House Pride with our souvenir demon head. Awesome. I was like, no, I don't really give a fuck about rescuing Wrath. He could die for all I care. And we get this moment from Amelia, which is almost kind of hot, and I'm kind of turned on. If you do not allow me to pass, I will return, and when I come back, I'll have the might of House Wrath's army. No one will keep me from him, not you, not my sister, not any other cursed creature in this realm, or any other. If I come back, I will unleash my power. I will burn all you hold dear. That, I can promise, is no threat. I dragged my blade across my palm, letting blood drop all over his beautiful floors. He watched, brows rising slightly. It is a vow. Making a blood vow is serious in this realm. I am well aware. Pretty fucking cool. Might be actually the only good thing that she's done this entire book and will do this entire book.
You're not wrong.
Everyone is like, wow, super, super sick. Party trick. And then all of a sudden the temperature plummets and the sky gets super dark. It's actually nighttime. But no, then the doors get kicked down, like one of my top tier kicking
of doors.
I literally love it. It's Daddy Wrath. Awesome. Surprise, he's actually okay. And surprise, it was all actually just a test from Pride and Envy to test Amelia's loyalty to Wrath and the 7 circles.
Lol.
Wow, it's like that terrible trope. It was all just a dream. Yikes.
It was all just a dream. As above, so below.
Yin and yang, if you will. Wrath is obviously very fucking pissed. But Pride is like, well, now you know her loyalty lies with you. And Wrath is like, wow, you know what? my wife is actually a lying piece of shit. So thank you for that. Thank you for doing that. They leave, but not before Pride lets loose that he was banging Greed's commander, Vesta. Woo, Vegemite. The one who...
What?
I don't know. Anyway, she's the one that died. And she was asking about the portal in Pride's land.
I now need to take a moment to discuss my utter confusion about the proximity to all of these locations. The map did no clarity.
The map has no clarity.
They're in this magic tree. They've emerged. They've gone to some random gate. The gate's locked. So now they've just walked to Pride's land, seemingly in 10 minutes. Pride's lands are also like a half-hour horse trot to House Wrath, so that's good. So are they all just like, is it Adelaide? The suburbs of Adelaide. That's how close all of the houses are. I don't understand the geography of this book, but I don't really care to find out more, but I just needed to say that.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair.
Amelia and Wrath go to the Crescent Shallows, which if you remember was the magic pond that they dabbled in last book. Wrath
the one with no, this wasn't the one with the parents and the dead child and the scene.
No, that was a different book.
Wrong
That's right.
book.
No, the other cursed book.
Yes. So Wrath looks over Amelia's wolf scratch and is looking a little festy at this point, which is not ideal because it's like getting a bit infected. It's stuck to her clothing. Not great.
Nice.
She asks if she betrayed him in a past time, and Wrath tells her she didn't, but we don't believe him. Apparently, the issue they had the last time, because remember the last time they went into this magic pond and Amelia nearly died?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should not happen again because of reasons that don't quite make sense. But apparently now it heals her, so great.
Yeah, I love he's like, actually, it was me. I was the problem. It was me.
Yeah, he's like, it was my magic combined with your magic, but now your magic is coming back, but not quite fully back because you've still got a spell-locked heart. And anyway,
we're still both going in it, so it's still the original factors of what was going into the water, but...
Yeah, look, no, you're fine now. So
as above, so below.
Yin and yang. So they're like, all right, skinny dipping. She's healed. Let's fuck. Amelia asks why he's so concerned about her receiving mortal injuries if she's immortal. And he's like, well, we don't really have any idea if you're fully immortal yet or not. And I don't want to really risk that. And she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. She says that she would give up her... End of book. Done.
Wow.
She says she would give up her heart for him, and he doesn't really seem thrilled by this. He's like, yeah, no, I'll pass. But you do know what I am. You want to know what I am? I am hungry for dinner. Give me that pussy.
Hell yeah.
Good deflection there, Wrath.
Love that.
Solid. So Wrath basically puts her on his shoulders with her coochie in his face. And she is like, oh, Samuel. And it's like, well, who the fuck is that? For starters, you can't just start using his name randomly during sex with no other reference to it within the book.
She's like, damn, Sam.
So he's like, hold on to the walls of the cave while I eat your pussy. And she does. And I'm happy for them. Like, it sounds like a great time. I mean, his shoulders might be getting a bit sore after the end of that. It feels like there's a lot of pressure on his upper face region and shoulders.
She puts a chamois on her back and washes the walls while she's there. He's like, reach up a little bit, babe. She's like, all right.
Well, he does ask her to touch herself while he eats her out, which sounds overstimulating. But they just, that they go for it. They're fucking around the cave, in the water, out of the water, on the shore. Just everywhere. Every crevice is a goal. So then they go home to bed. And then Amelia is promptly sucked into another vision thing again because that is the only way the plot develops in this book if Amelia is currently not in her body.
Yeah.
That's so Raven.
She's trained up again in the Shadow Realm and Vin Diesel comes out. We get this absolutely cooked moment which was so not needed. The quote is, I assume this means my sister would like to talk. Maybe I just wanted to see if you still bore my mark. The werewolf raked his gaze over me, pausing on my chest. It wasn't sexual in nature, but I didn't like it either. Did you know a wound from an alpha can sometimes cause a feeling similar to what animals experience when they go into heat, especially if that alpha infused his bite with a bit of magic and intent?
Why?
Kerri, ew, Kerri.
I have read werewolf smut.
But also, it's just randomly out of the blue. Like, this character has never expressed that towards her. And now he's like, what if I made you horny?
Do I make you horny, baby?
No.
Anyway, so Victoria brings Nonna in and she kicks her in the guts a few times and gets her to tell Amelia basically about their life. And basically the first witch was trying to get her daughter back, her daughter who loved pride, so she made a deal with Amelia and Victoria, who at the time were in house vengeance, and they made it so that they would pretend to be one person with pride and the other with wrath. You can guess who went where. Amelia and Wrath ended up falling in love, and the plan went kaput. Amelia was stolen by the witches, and Victoria went after her. The witches, aka Nonna, sacrificed actual twin babies and put their mortal hearts into Victoria and Amelia and did the spell lock. There, summarized. Awesome. You're welcome.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful dot points. I'm proud of
Thank you.
That was very
House
good.
Vengeance was basically kept in the dark from the princes of hell forever because of a mountain range. We don't fucking know.
The terrain was like, no.
They actually looked at these mountains and they were like, no, that's a bit too much. We don't want to travel over them. No, we're too good. But apparently this is also a veil, like the mountain range is a veil for some reason. It's actually a woman getting married. And she's standing there with her veil, standing back. Victoria is just trying to convince our girl to seek vengeance. Quite fitting, actually. As above, so below, if you will. She's like, Wrath won't give you his heart because the first witch curse is still on him. And Amelia is still stuck in chains, so she can't really do anything but hear her out, which, again, we know that Amelia would still stand around and hear her out because she's a fucking idiot.
She's like, Victoria!
But Victoria's like, think it over and come back to me, and then threatens Amelia and says basically, I'm not coming for you again and I expect your help soon, otherwise you'll regret it, basically. And even though this entire time Amelia has been like unable to do anything, you know, she's chained up, can't do anything, she turns around and threatens Victoria back, and she's suddenly like, no, you will not come after me again. I want to find you. I will find you. Otherwise you'll regret it. None of this makes fucking sense, and I really don't care.
Amelia comes back into her body, and poor Wrath is not happy with the situation at all. Amelia relays the info to him, and he asks her if she wants House Vengeance back. And she's like, I don't know, like, would that be a problem though? And he's like, nah, like, of course not, baby. Like, live, laugh, love, or wherever the hell you want, as long as we're together.
Live, laugh, love. As above, so below.
Yin and yang. Wrath basically goes into a kind of monologue about like the current circumstances, which is repeating everything we already know, which is that everyone fucking hates Vicky, and Wrath is the only thing right now that is stopping Vicky from being killed. And then he says, if she takes you against your will again, I will hunt her down. I will hurt her slowly and painfully. Her death will be so brutal, so vile, it will serve as a warning for anyone who dares to touch my wife. Once I'm through, there will be nothing left for my hounds.
Oh, I just feel like you're all talk, mate.
Yeah, look, it's still hot, though. You can talk. You just keep talking while I wake. It's fine.
Yeah.
So then they cuddle in bed, and Amelia is like, I'm conflicted about Victoria. And Wrath is like, well, she is using shit excuses to do shitty things, so it's not okay. Amelia doesn't believe that Vesta is dead, and Wrath also questions Pride's version of events. The conversation is broken up by a large red pumping heart of lights waving in the sky, and that apparently means the vampire court is coming to visit.
What the actual fuck is this point?
If we just throw every mythological creature out to this storyline, maybe it will make sense, and yet it does not.
What's with the flashing heart in the ceiling?
Just like just having a rave.
Yeah, people are just walking around outside like, what the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
It's just the vampires again.
Yeah, at it again. As above, so below.
Yeah, the game. So Amelia and Wrath are then like hastily getting ready to greet their vampire sucky guests. And Amelia is impressed by Wrath's throne room, which she has apparently never seen before. Okay, Wrath already has 2 thrones for them, so that's kind of cute. And he decks out the throne room in these plants that are apparently lethal to vampires, and then adds them on as accessories.
Just as like a big fuck you.
Yeah, he's like, no. So they are flirting and getting ready for their unwelcome guests. And I'm not going to lie, I love Wrath being like casual flirty vibe. I really liked that. Shocking, I liked something in this book. But then the vampire court emissaries appear. One of them is called Blade, which that's just Kerri. Kerri.
Imagine.
Kerri.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Kerri, that's a copyright infringement. Because Blade the vampire is fucking, he's a Marvel character. You know, the black vampire, that's a vampire hunter.
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about.
That is literally already a character, Kerri. You've just, okay, cool. But the other person that's with Blade, aka Wesley Snipes, is the first witch, aka Cersei, aka La Prima Strega. Sick.
Okay, Cersei Lannister.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm here to fuck my brother.
Amelia sees the guests and she feels a lot of rage and fury, funnily enough, and she makes them bow before Wrath. And I realise that this is meant to be a power move and she's a goddess, etc. But it feels so forced, way too much confidence. Oh God, it's just not a vibe. She struggles to get her emotions in control for like essentially the next 3 pages, which is like, these people have done nothing to you, apart from the first witch.
And it's like, you know what? Like, I love a badass, confident woman who owns her shit, and whatever level she is at, whether she is violent, whereas she's like a bit more chill, whatever she is, as long as she owns herself and is honest about herself, I love her. But Amelia is one of the most inconsistent and unreliable narrators I've ever read.
Yep, and this version of her in this book is just not believable.
It's
at
not.
all.
It's half-baked at best.
It makes it really uncomfortable to read because you're just not in it at all. You're not invested in her. Well, Blade says that they are there to discuss an alliance as the goddess of death and her wolves had visited them. And a wolf named Marcella has been with her, which is like, oh my God, have we connected the dots yet? No, we have not. Wrath is like, this is quite obviously a ploy, and freezes Cersei in a block of ice before dispensing with the pleasantries, which makes me think, if it were that easy to stop Cersei, why on earth did he even get himself in a position where she could curse him?
I think, as much as I hate to say it, he underestimated her that first time.
She took herself a while to make that curse. As soon as she starts talking about it, he could have just been like, oh, look, now you're a frozen swan. But anyway, as it turns out, Wrath's forces have taken out several vampire spies trying to enter the court, and Blade tries to lie to Wrath, and we know that he can sense lies because that is something he does. Anea brings forth a chained prisoner, a blonde vampire woman named Buffy. Blade flinches when he sees her. The vampire was carrying a necklace and she ends up putting it on, and she becomes the doppelganger of Amelia. Oh my God, now we're in a plot line of Vampire Diaries. Amelia uses a truth spell to find out that this woman was sent to seduce Wrath while Cersei took Amelia. Wrath literally tears her head off, which
I love that.
Sexy. And he gives the head to Blade as a present for his king.
Nice.
And Blade's like, oh, she was kind of the Vampire King's like future wife. And he's like, do I look like I give a flying fuck? And yeah, that's that really. So no further retribution, just one frozen witchy bitch and a headless hoe. Problem solved. Well done, Wrath.
This entire encounter is just so that Cersei can be frozen, and we have her.
There's no further plot as to why the witches have aligned themselves with the vampires. Nothing.
Next minute, Amelia's cooking in the kitchen because remember, she really liked to cook in her fake
Yeah,
childhood.
remember that?
But was that a planted memory?
Yeah, it could have been.
Because remember, the restaurant was not really a restaurant. The restaurant was actually a temple.
Yeah, and there was that one little pebble that she would hide things under. And people would be like, the fuck is she doing?
I'm just imagining she thinks she's cooked up a storm, but she's actually just giving them pebbles, and they're like, wow, this is so yummy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Wrath walks in and starts assisting her cooking. Wrath gets her a drink of demon berry wine while he has a pale purple beverage.
This is probably the second thing I liked in this book is her cooking and him being like, wow, I really like this fucking food. That was something I liked in the previous books, and I liked that it was here, but it didn't feel natural here. It felt forced.
I agree with that. I just feel like they shouldn't have that type of normalcy, if that makes sense. Like they're like a goddess and a demon prince. Like what you've got shit to do. The world is actually falling apart, and you guys are just like, oh, yeah, we'll have some knocking
Make some
tonight.
Yeah, sick. And also, given that this entire book is her trying to be some whole new version of herself, her character development from the past books is out the fucking window. It doesn't make sense. The motivations aren't consistent.
It's a little bit confused.
It's a bit confuzzling.
Anyway, move on from that weird, very somewhat normal but very weird moment. Then they talk about why the vampires might have wanted to kidnap Amelia, but motivations aside, Wrath is like, I know my hoe from amongst the sea of hoes, if you will. As above, so below, also if you will.
Yin and yang.
we get this quote, which is, I always knew you and always will. Your soul calls to mine. It's a feeling of coming home, of peace. No magic can duplicate it.
That's nice. I love that.
It's essentially him saying, you are my yang yang to my yin.
My yang yang to my yin.
As above, so below, if you will.
If you will.
Amelia starts to ask Wrath about the curse, but Wrath asks that they put the conversation off for the night because he's just not ready for it. She's like, yeah, that's fair, actually. So they circle back to Vicky and her new companion that the vampires had hinted at, and they think that it could be Vesta with a new identity, but obviously there are still a lot of loose ends to figure out because there's no fucking answers in this book. Wrath loves whatever food she fucking makes, and that's nice, I guess. Wrath then tells Amelia that her passion for cooking is new to this life, to this reincarnation, and that's something that's beautiful to him. And then he's like, I actually love looking at you all the time, but especially when I want to dive into the power of the pussy. Things are kicking off and Wrath is about to make Amelia his main course when there is a knock at the door. Wrath is obviously frustrated in this moment, and we get the quote, I'm going to murder and maim my entire court, this whole fucking realm, if someone interrupts us again. I hope you won't mind ruling over a kingdom of nothing. I did like that. That gave me a chuckle.
I did like that too.
But it's Lust. Lust is like, hello. Apparently Wrath has a pit fight to start that he just has to duck out for. So he just goes away for the night to do that. Cool.
What the actual fuck is this?
I think I deleted that from my brain.
So,
oh my God.
Amelia is like, wow, I have been left alone for all of 3 seconds and I have decided that resting is for the weak and I am going to start looking to break my spell lock. She goes to Celestia's tower and Mummy is not there, but she starts raiding Mummy's spell books, which again, she still hasn't returned to that grimoire, but that's fine. She ends up finding a recipe for a potion called the Bleeding Heart, which is a pale purple potion, which aka Wrath has been drinking, and it basically is holding off the effects of the curse by numbing all of his feelings. So that's awesome. Fauna finds Amelia, and she's like, well, actually, this is apparently going to give me great character motivation, and we must now find a way to free myself from the spell lock and end all of the curses just also while we're doing this. You know, 2 birds, 1 stone type vibe. As above, so below.
It's dawned on me what this book and all of its subsequent plot lines are reminding me of, and that's Home and Away.
Oh my God, it is! Beachside town with a restaurant?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Half-baked plot lines, characters that just make weird-ass choices.
Yeah.
Home and Away.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Home and Away.
You kind of cringe sometimes when characters say
Kingdom of Summer
things.
Bay, if you will.
Okay, so now they're trying some blood summoning rituals, which leads to nowhere, and that's apparently enough for Amelia to go to the Shadow Realm to see Vittoria.
Nice.
So they summon Domenico, aka Vin Diesel, who takes her to Vittoria, while Amelia tries to prod him about her half-demon, half-werewolf general theory, which is like, why do we care about Vesta at this point? I've lost all interest in who this woman was or could be.
I just don't care.
How is this relevant to anything? But here we are. So Vittoria is in the childhood home, and Amelia learns that that was illusioned as well, because she's like, she can basically see the corners of the house like peeling off, and she's like, oh no, don't tell me. Oh, it's actually a temple. Vittoria doubles down by saying that they are not in Sicily. This is the Shifting Isles version of Sicily. Okay. Go along with me here. Are there humans there?
Yeah,
Because
make it make sense.
Apparently they were for like immortal souls or mortal souls that were in turmoil or something, but wasn't he there and he was alive because he only just died?
Yeah.
And is there some form of currency? Who's on their money? If Amelia had stayed oblivious to the whole goddess plot and decided that she wanted to travel to England, could she?
Yep.
Or was there like an invisible wall that they would just run into if they tried to wander beyond?
And I get that the Shifting Isles can be different things for different people. So is it like a bubble time lock where she steps in and she's in like a particular time period where the witches were being hunted by the church, and she then, like you said, can't leave that Sicily to go to England, for example? Or is it that it is an illusion structured on that idea and it's not actually stepping into that time period?
We don't know.
We don't
know. Because they use, like, the Shifting Isles version of Ireland is featured later down in the book. So it's sort of like, it sounds as though they have different versions of the Shifting Isles based on country or city. And it's just odd.
I interpreted it as the Shifting Isles can be whatever depending on when you step into it. And so then it's like, okay, so what's the factor depending on what Shifting Isles you step into? Or is it like it doesn't there's no
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
We don't know, and shockingly enough, guess what? We don't care. So, basically in hell, where mortal souls are sent. So,
awesome.
No one knows.
And Antonio.
And Antonio. Who fucking knows about that weird kid? They have sister bonding, and, like, why? We really don't care. Victoria threatens to murder Amelia's firstborn. Amelia literally is like, ha ha ha. We get this quote where she's like, my lips curved upward, knowing full well the goddess of death would never murder my firstborn. And it's like, what are you fucking talking about, you dumb cunt? She literally would. She fucking would. I don't know why she thought, like, oh, she would never do that. I'm pretty sure she just tried to murder your husband.
She's like, I'll just bring them back. Death's not death. And if I'm the goddess of death, then it means a different thing to me. So she would fucking kill your firstborn.
She would. To summarize, Amelia becomes besties with her sister again and lets her sister rip out her heart. So that's cool. She ends up becoming Fury, and I really don't care. So
yeah, Amelia gets her sister to rip her heart out, wakes up as the goddess, and her sister is like, nice to see you again. She's got glowing rose gold eyes. Amelia then heads back to House Wrath, and Fauna is like, oh no, because you look super cooked. Amelia's like, calm your farm. I was not forced into this. I'm actually just very easily manipulated or convinced, might be the better word. Amelia has the weakest backbone of any character I have ever read. Fauna has found something about the Well of Memory, which might help break Rust's curse. We don't care. Amelia is going back through her memories, which span eons, and realizes that before the Princes of Hell arrived, Amelia and Victoria were awful and downright despicable. So that's awesome. Before she can dwell on that any further, Wrath is inbound as he can sense Amelia and the change in her. He literally pulls the door off of its hinges to get to her. You could have just knocked, man.
He could rip that door off and shove it up my vagina if he wanted to.
And I'd be like, thank you, sir. Do you need me to make my legs tighter? Anyway, Wrath is like, the fuck, man? You are not in control. You just antagonized a group of witches because FYI, as she was leaving Victoria, they were like, why don't we just do like a quick side quest and burn a fucking village? Wrath is like, you just antagonized a whole group of witches and now I have a political nightmare. And Amelia's just like, well, I will fix it, but let me have my third outfit change in 3 chapters and let's go to House Greed to face the army of witches. So then they go to House Greed to face the witches in battle. And this is where we get this absolutely stupid moment where Amelia is at the balcony looking at the army of approaching witches and goes, stand back, the witches are using magic.
I just...
like, no fucking shit. They are witches. It's almost like that's their entire thing.
And don't all the demons have magic anyway? Like, oh, fuck me.
So Amelia literally says, I could end this now, but I want to keep Wrath's trust. So he just lets a couple demons die. So, right, good logic.
It just makes no fucking sense. I don't want to cause Wrath to not trust me, so I'm just going to, like, hold back.
I know I've made several intentional, stupid decisions that have caused you to doubt my integrity, but I'm just going to let these fuckers die to show you that I'm not crazy.
And also, I know that this was my doing and I did antagonize the witches, but I'll just let these people die. It's all right.
Yeah, sick. So then Amelia literally changes her mind like that and sends mini meteorites into the witches. Nonna is there and she shoots an arrow at Amelia and Amelia is like, oh my god, Nonna, and just mouths at her to run, but then the witches hit Wrath with an arrow covered in dragon's bane or whatever the fuck that is, some sort of other demon poison. There seems to be a lot of those, but okay. And as we all know, that sets Amelia right off. So then she dives into her magic and is fueled by their anger against her. It's like it feeds them. And the quote is, I became every twisted tale they'd told. I embraced my true self. I was now fury in the flesh, and they would not forget what it meant to strike out at a goddess. And then she literally just burns 24 witches to death.
Would have been nice if she did that, I don't know, like fucking...
Cool flex. Like,
100 pages earlier.
She's actually like, would you like this pretty fire flower? Goodbye.
I just...
I am so defeated. Wrath is like, hey, baby, you could chill out. They're all dead. And Greeta's like, wow, you actually are pretty fucking scary, apparently. So awesome, thanks. Stay for the night, if you will. Don't know why, but cool.
Because it's so fucking far to travel, because we got here in half an hour. Just take a nap.
They go to a ball, twist of events. It's still the same chapter, but they go to a ball. And... It's at House Greed, and Amelia is uncomfortable with how everyone is scared of her. Wrath decides to distract her with a dance. It's an interpretive dance. However, the mutterings are still getting to Amelia. Someone even thinks that Amelia tricked Wrath into marriage, and Wrath is like, that is fucking nonsense. He's flabbergasted by that information. And Wrath thinks
like, she gave me the best gobby I've ever had on a gondola. Teeth and all.
Gobby. Yeah,
I swear to God it was good. Don't look at me too hard.
I swear to God. Wrath thinks her display of power against the witches was right, but it's got her thinking, and she thinks how lonely she was before Wrath, and that she doesn't want to inspire such fear by just existing. And Amelia's like, you know what, let's go and end all of this now. And then Wrath magics them away to the well of memory. Because do you remember how for years and years and years no one was able to break this curse? And Fauna, our lovely, like...
She just read a book and was like, I've got an idea.
I've got it. That was just sitting in this, this...
Yeah. What I don't understand is why Victoria even thinks that returning to House Vengeance is like the be-all and end-all. It sounds like a pretty shit place. Like just up in the mountains, no one can get to it, no one really knows where it is or what it does, and they have no friends, and they just kill people. She's like, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Okay. Anyway, that's beside the point, because now we're at the well, which is hidden under a statue in House Wrath, and only Amelia can go there. And apparently we saw that statue in the last book, and I can't remember it.
Nope.
Amelia enters the well and asks for the location of the blade over... Call it One Direction.
One Direction.
Runation, One Direction. Pick a word, any word, and that's your blade. Instead, she gets the memory of a hybrid werewolf pup being taken from her father by a demon. It's someone from House Greed claiming a debt. I am sick of the Vesta plot. It is bringing nothing to the actual story. Oh my God. Just either kill her and be done with it or move on.
Just end it. Honestly. Just end
me
it.
At this point. Just someone fucking kill me, please.
But then we go back to the actual curses that we're trying to solve, and Amelia dives into another secret session of memory diving, still searching for the blade. Now we're in Cersei's point of view, which is the memory we got at the beginning of Kingdom of the Cursed. But we get more after the devil, aka Wrath, offers her a deal. Wrath has 6 years, 6 months, and 6 days to break his curse, which is how fitting.
We're then in the point of view of someone called Lucia? So Lucy had been married to Pride and had genuinely loved him. And the quote we get is, truth be told, she wouldn't ever want him to change, but she'd come to realise that she had. And that was the issue. Her discontentment began small, as most troubles often do, a tiny seed that grew into something more over time. She wanted something Pride never could give or even be, at least not with her, and that was the root of her heartache. Pride had always remained true to himself. It was Lucia, whatever her face, who hadn't been honest with herself or with him about her desires. And I know it's annoying, but I actually enjoyed that bit of someone being like, nah. I mean, there's a way to deal with that. You don't just fuck off on your husband and be like, oh, lol, I'm just going to leave you in the middle of the night. You probably could talk about it first, but, live, laugh, laugh.
As a plot.
Yin and yang.
It turns out they weren't yin and yang, they were just yang.
Yeah. So Lucy left Pride and then asked her mother, aka the original witch, Cersei, the Prima Strega, whatever her face,
Cafe Primo,
to help her forget, and then she was going to go into hiding and never be with Pride again. Nonna, aka young Maria, is summoned to assist with this process, and Lucy begins the spell to forget who she is. She is given the blade and told the same warnings that we first knew about the Wicked, and then is given a new name, Claudia. Amelia is shooketh by this development, but she knows she has no choice but to go to Claudia and ask for the dagger and possibly ruin her entire fucking life. Amelia then reunites with Wrath, and he takes the opportunity to say he wants to share a bed from now on. Nice. And Amelia then tells Wrath what she knows about the time frame for his curse, and he confirms that there is 1 day left, because again, now we have this like 9th hour time frame that we're all fucking out about.
Again, it's because it's Home and Away.
Yeah.
The writers can only fit so much into a half an hour episode with ad slots, so...
Wrath's plan is to basically just drink this potion to numb him the fuck out until the cows come home. But that doesn't work for Amelia. She wants all of him. Wrath understands this, but it might not be an option. He hasn't pushed Amelia to complete their full bond because apparently they haven't completed the full bond. Because he understands if half of him is not enough for her. Amelia is like, I might have a way, but I've got to do it on my own. And Wrath is like, then please face fuck me before you go.
Oh my god, okay, 2 song references just for that moment. A, High School Musical, I gotta go. And B,
what about
wake me up before you go. So, yeah, sorry.
Okay, so song references are High School Musical. Awesome.
Great, because I had nothing.
I know.
It didn't deserve my time.
Cackling.
Amelia, having now been eaten out, is ready to go to the shitting aisles. No,
the shops. I thought you were going to say she's ready to duck out to the shops.
Duck out to the shop. She's ready to go to the shifting aisles and speak with Claudia. They chat. Amelia tells her that she's a goddess, and Claudia is like, wow, that's super duper cool. Love that for you. Claudia willingly gives the blade to Amelia, super easy, and tells her that it needs Claudia's blood, and then the timer will start for 1 hour, and that's how much time Amelia will have to get rid of the curse. The blade will need to be stabbed by the cursee into the sacrifice, in this case, Amelia, willingly from both parties. And again, that was way too fucking easy, whatever.
Yeah. Chloe's like, of course,
So
babe.
easy.
What have you been?
Yeah, I love that for you.
So Wrath's obviously impressed that she got his ancient missing dagger, but ultimately does not want to stab his wife, which, great, that's bare minimum. So Amelia's like, we must push on. But will you still want me as your partner when I have no magic? And Wrath is like, no. That's probably like the one redeemable quality you have. Everything else about you is just giving me the ick right now.
Yeah.
Like, just, can you kindly fuck off back to whatever version of the shifting aisles you came from? That's not what he says. He does say, I don't give a holy fuck about my court, my lady. Magic does not make you powerful. Your courage, your heart, your mind, your very soul makes you a force to be reckoned with. My only concern is whether you will survive. I will take you without magic, without God's damn royal titles, or care for anything other than your happiness. Once restored to my full power, I'll have enough magic for both of us. Trust in that. And it's sort of like, I will trust you, white man, because I've lost the will to live. So take from me what you will. I consent. So that's great. Wrath, but here we have another all-powerful female main character that actively chooses to give her power away for the greater good. And it's like, come on.
I'm not about it.
Why?
Not about it.
This bitch could fucking die for all I care. I could not.
Yeah,
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
well, Amelia's, she's
Yeah.
ready for it. She's like, take my magic. I'm going to lay down here on the desk and just come on up into position. Here's my little heart. Sorry, stuff. She says she loves him even though he still can't say it back, and because he's choosing not to. I think someone just needs to break it to her. It's not the curse. It's actually because she's just a giant fuckwit.
Yeah.
And he's just, he's unsure. Anyway, he kisses her and plunges the dagger into her chest. As she cries in pain, Wrath eats the sound with more kisses, so I'm sure that's helping. He holds her as she continues to scream.
nice.
So
I love it.
great. So then the world-ending pain passes and Wrath holds her while she cries. but now it's warm, and she opens her eyes to see beautiful silver-tipped wings wrapping around them. And we all know my hatred of anything with wings that flap, so I would have been like, immediately no.
Actually, I take it back. I don't love you.
No, I forgot you were a half bird. No, only birds I like are rowan. That is it. But as it turns out, Wrath has got his wings back, which means the curse is broken. Hallelujah. She starts stroking his fiery wings, which don't burn her, but we do discover that this is a new kink, and they proceed to have sexy time in the wings.
Amelia tries to forget, the fact that she's just given up all of her magic, just got stabbed, had her heart ripped out type thing, while things are getting naughty with some feathery demon wing play. The quote we get is, Wrath had called himself his Royal Highness of Undeniable Desire, and I thought I'd tasted that level of seduction before, but nothing compared to this. Not lusts, magic, or greeds. Bloodney, sinful party and witnessing couples lost in the throes of pure rapture, none of it held a candle to the magnitude of Wrath's love. Yikes. Big ick. I love Wrath, but wow, magnitude of his love? No. As they are about to get it on.
Sorry, now I'm just picturing the fact that she's nicknamed his penis love.
Oh, no. No. Okay.
I just want to come out to play. Ew.
As they are about to get it on, Wrath whispers that he loves her. She says, I love you. And he is obviously scared that now he says the word, she'll be torn from him again, but she isn't. And nice. They then get very kinky and fuck into oblivion, which we love that for them. They are then in the bath post-fuck.
Pointless fucking chapter. Like the
so
most pointless.
Fucking pointless. Just for him to say, I love you. Like, honestly.
We know.
The man that is all actions, not words. It's a whole chapter of him saying words. 3 words.
Too many words.
The reason why we like you, Wrath, was because you didn't speak.
Yes!
So,
so they are in the bath post-fuck. Wrath wants to crown her tonight as his queen in the Sin Corridor, but they are mindful that the witches could attack while they are all busy. Awesome. Cersei is being moved to House Pride for safekeeping, and that makes Amelia think about if Pride truly loved Lucy. And Wrath gives her his opinion, and ultimately he just confirms that he and Amelia will be monogamous. Sick.
Oh, God!
The fact that they didn't confirm that prior to her getting stabbed in the chest and losing all of her power. Imagine if he was like, oh, no, let me introduce you to my harem.
Look, we then have a page illustration of the coronation invite, who gives a flying fuck. We're then in chapter 28, and Cersei is given over to Pride. Amelia is then there's this whole thing, we don't care. It's not relevant. Pride has Cersei. It does not fucking matter. Amelia then gets dressed for her coronation as Queen of Hell. Fauna arrives and is given a task to deliver something to Victoria. We assume it's an invite to her coronation, but we're meant to be surprised. Amelia now considers that she should probably be a better friend to Fauna because she's been a shit cunt for 2 books.
Yeah.
But I guess that will come later. Wrath then appears and looks hot in his kingly attire. It's the only thing keeping this book together. At this moment, I'd like to point out that in the last books, I've really loved her outfits. The fashion descriptions, like there was that red dress in the last book with the bones in the hair, which was awesome. Yet this book, she's all in like almost pastel rose gold pinks and is wearing so many fucking flowers. Where were the skulls?
Do better.
Do better. And yeah, I would love that banter in any other situation, but this book is just so fucking stupid. We then reunite with the random fucking lavender horse called Tansy.
Oh my God, Tansy, I forgot of the purple horse.
What the
It's
fuck?
the purple wiggle and force horn.
Which was actually Amelia's horse from her last life. How amazing is that?
Oh my God, the horse stayed alive for all of those years.
I know,
Wow.
right? Shocking. Wrath
Saddle
chooses
Club.
to ride to the coronation on a giant fucking hellhound. Sick!
And I never pictured them rideable. I didn't picture them. Now I'm just picturing Wrath as a toddler riding a dog, and it's just not okay.
They arrive at the Sin Corridor and all the princes of hell are in attendance, and then Victoria appears as invited by Amelia, but it's meant to be surprising, but we all knew what was happening. Shocking. She arrives with Vin Diesel, and then we get this whole Vesta plot. Vesta was Marcella, which is Vin Diesel's sister, who was kidnapped by Greed as a pup. Shocking. But there is no murder, there is no blood debt, la-da-dee, la-da-da, problem solved, yin and yang.
Book done.
We've solved mystery.
Wrath cares about this as little as we do, so we move on from that extraneous bullshit to the coronation. And
I thought we were already there.
So Amelia is crowned Queen of Hell and also takes separate oaths as the Princess of House Rathcodshaw. We get some delightful banter from Lust and Gluttony that makes you think of some more brotherly love, but not in a Credence way. That's awesome.
So that coronation, that night, Lust was like, guess what, baby? I got you. I'm going to host a party in your fucking honor. So Amelia and Rath are like, cool, we're going to go home, have a quick fuck, and then we'll come meet you.
Nice.
So they go home, and instead of having a quick fuck, they actually make cannelloni.
Cannolis.
They end up going to the party, whatever. Now everyone is friends. Some weird vibes are happening between Pride and Victoria, and I don't want to fucking know about it. Leave it the fuck alone. We are not going to get another series. I don't fucking want to hear about it. So that's what happens. And in the next chapter, I have another summary, which is Victoria and Amelia have sisterly bonding. No one cares.
Like, literally, no one cares at all. We've hated her the entire book, and here we are, we're in love again. So we're visiting House Vengeance up in the Wolves. We put our snow boots on and we trekked on up there. We get some further details about the Wolves, Marcella and Victoria's relationship, and Envy and Pride. Look, just a whole bunch of shit that no one needs to know about.
And it's Victoria too late.
Yeah.
It is the second to last chapter of the book. The context does not help now.
No. We're over it. We're done. Victoria's angry that Amelia gave up her powers for a man, which, yeah.
Fair.
So are we.
Amelia says that she's made... that bitch.
Amelia's happy. She's made her own decisions, and it's okay for her to be happy with that, and Victoria to not understand or not want to make the same choices. Everyone's okay. Everyone can make their own choices in life. Yay.
Live, love,
Victoria
love.
Can be happy that Amelia is happy and I'm not happy because this book has not finished yet.
Oh, fuck me. We've still got a whole other fucking chapter. So
Go on, Georgia, bring us home.
Okay, get ready. I'm going to be really enthusiastic this chapter. So, Amelia and Rath share their marriage vows. And it's kind of cute, but it's also kind of fucking weird, and I really don't care. Because also, like, the marriage vows are fucking weird. They give me It Starts With Us magic marriage vows type vibe. And it's really fucking weird. It's like, it doesn't fit the scene. You're a prince of hell and a fucking goddess of fury. Like, what are you fucking doing? The king of hell and the goddess of fury. Like, why are you talking like, and we shall live happily ever after? No, you fucking won't. Guarantee next week there'll be a fucking issue and Amelia's going to be like, I actually hate you. Twist of events. I love this weird stranger over here that I've only met twice.
She starts grieving for Antonio finally.
Yeah, finally. Wow. She realizes that he's actually her soulmate. Anyway, they share power with the bonding, and Amelia gets her power back. Yippee, whatever. Yippee-ki-yay, what's the fucking point? So the vast majority of this book should really be thrown out because what's the fucking point? This whole journey is to finding out that she lost her powers just to gain them back again and lose them again, just to gain them back again. I hate you and fuck off. The end. That's literally the end of my notes. So
yeah, that's it. That's it. And as we've said, there's no music references.
No, there is. It's High School Musical.
I gotta go
my own way. Okay, so for fan art, there is not a lot of fan art, and for me, that is indicative of the fact that this book is shit, because there has been such an influx of fan art for the previous books that the fact that there is fuck all for this one means that no one gave a single fuck. How many times can I say fuck in a sentence? Probably more. So, to start it off, we have by one of our favourites, Gemlin_C. So she has been doing tarot card collections based on book series, and she's done a Kingdom of Sins collection, which is obviously based on this series. So we've got Amelia and Wrath, we've got Claudia and Victoria. Victoria's got a nice little slushy across her chest, which is a vibe. And then we've got Wrath with his wings in the nude with a little bum cheek moment, along with the three-headed dog Nice. We love dogs. Then we've got by Alexandres_art. That will be in the notes because I'm not fucking figuring out how to spell that. It's a very cutesy drawing of, there's like a solo portrait of Amelia and Wrath within that set, but the one I'm shouting out is their couple photo where they're kind of like about to kiss, and it's cute. And then we've got by The.sketching.hour is Amelia as the goddess of fury with all her rose goldness.
That's kind of fucking everything. I have a fan art as well of this book, actually. And this fan art, I'm going to put it on for you people who are on the video special behind the scenes for you. This fan art is actually a hand-drawn sketch from me. It's very special, and it's actually of me dead after reading this book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're
beautiful. Welcome. I love it. Well, that is the Kingdom of the Feared. Done, dusted. We're never going to talk about it again, and
Thank God.
If you lasted this long with the utter chaos that was this episode, I'm proud of you. Honestly, I'm proud of you. Because if you could see George's face right now, you would not be proud of us. Or you would be. It's hard to tell.
Georgia has looked like she wants to physically hurt someone this entire recording.
I'm so anxious.
I actually don't think I have, like, despised a book this much in a really long time. And the reason is because I think I had really high hopes and it just was shit. And I don't know, as you said, I don't necessarily think that the author had an idea.
She didn't.
When she started, and then she got rushed and pushed into doing the series when she really should have just like
it was like I'm imagining she got some 3-book deal with deadlines for publishing, but they didn't actually give a shit about putting good books out there.
Yeah,
because this doesn't make sense.
This was literally.
Yes. So then it turned into a series finale of Home and Away, where you've got to have all of these cliffhangers that get immediately resolved in the next episode, all squashed in to over 400 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well
and
cooked.
It made me hate it, despise it with everything I am, with everything I have in me.
And like we said at the beginning of this episode, we try to keep away from books. If we don't enjoy it, we just try not to mention it. We don't want to do an episode where we shit on a book, but we are trying to wrap up some of the series that we've started. And we generally were excited for this and were then very disappointed. And normally when you don't like a book, you might just, you either DNF it or you just never talk about it again. But we've just forced Georgia to do a recording talking about the book in heavy detail. So
she's going to need some time.
Yeah. Well, Georgia, do you want to talk about what we're doing next? Because I think that will make you happy.
Yeah, it will. So next week we are covering one of my favorite monster romances. That's fucking right, bitches. Tuck in those shirts. Get your nipples. Get your third nipple out, if you will. And get ready for Ice Planet Barbarians. That's right. Big blue aliens with ribbed penises.
Shout out to the Avatar movies for really giving us a lot of content to go off of. Honestly.
Yes. And honestly, shout out to Ice Planet Barbarians for literally pulling me back from the brink of death after that book, because the fluff, I love it. I love the fluff. A fluffy romance with a giant man who's like this poor, innocent, little, weak, fragile human. I must save it and I must protect it with my whole being. I love it so beautiful much. All right. Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. So tune in next week for Ice Planet Barbarians. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Sorry that we hated it. And yeah, don't forget to follow us on all of our socials. If you are listening to the audio, go watch the video. If you're watching the video, go listen to the audio. You know what it is. Just go listen. Go listen back to a few old episodes.
We're
not
fucking
all the way
funny. Back. We don't talk about the first episodes. For those that have been with us since the beginning, you've seen how we've evolved. And there is nothing that brings us more shame than our first 3 episodes because we were still figuring it out.
If you go through some of the other episodes that we've covered, in the not so recent past. Does that make sense?
Fuck it up. Keep going.
But, they're really funny. We really enjoy them. We hope you like them. Interact with us and all our shit. You know what it is. Don't comment anything mean. Otherwise, I'll block you and delete you. And we love you. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, if you haven't already, at A Book and a Bev podcast.
Please rate, like, and subscribe. We hear that helps.
We love and appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.